At Little Caesars, I was the assistant manager at the time. I was a trainee manager, so all the new people that came in, they had to come through your boy. So what I did was, I seen Bianca over there. I had a trainer. I was just like, man, it was a prep station. I was just like, come over here. I'm about to teach you how to put pepperonis on this pizza or whatever. So, I'm going over there teaching her how to, put the pepperonis on the pizza, talking to her, trying to get her comfortable because I know what I wanted at the time. You know what I'm saying? I already had
He was like, let me get your number. I'm like, all right, bet. So then he gave me his phone and I put my number in or whatever.
I don't know if I asked for her number or I don't know if she just threw me her number. But she gave me her number. I ain't gonna lie. After the festival was over, I hit her up. It went right to voicemail as if like she gave me a fake number type stuff. I called it again. I'm like, this girl done gave me a fake phone number. She called me back, was like, hey, what's good? I was like, man, what's good? What you want? She said, nothing, chilling. She said, come slide to my friend's house.
And then we met up. We was in the car, talking on like the side of the street. We was just in the car talking, and I remember he had braces, and I was like, them braces so sexy. I'm like, you need to keep those.
Came up over there and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I had this little 2004, what I have? I had like a 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix. I had a little touchscreen TV in there, the slaps in there, rims on there. So, I was like a little boss. You know what I'm saying? And then, I guess that night went good because she texted me in the morning, said, hey, good morning, whatever. I said, good morning.
The next day or whatever, he came back and like we seen each other like off and on for like a little bit. I was still in school and then he had told me he had a girlfriend. So we wasn't really nothing serious or whatever. But yeah, I mean, he was just cute. When I first seen him, I was jealous.
Bianca, she was just playing though. Bianca was like playing games. So I was with this girl. Like after I came back from out of town, I ended up moving in with a girl. But she said, you can sleep on my couch. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I was like, okay, cool. She was a rebound. But I really wasn't having fun because, like I told you, I was hurt. I was hurt because she wanted to be with me, but I wasn't ready to be in a relationship because I still couldn't believe this girl broke up with me after 5 years. So I ain't going to be with nobody. But she kept trying to force it when I was just like, I couldn't get over my ex. So it was like, how can I be with you? Even though you open your doors to me, I couldn't do that. Me and Bianca, I ended up working back at Little Caesars again. And Bianca was there. So I asked Bianca, do she want to go on a date? And she was just like, yeah. So, I took her to the movies. I still was her real dad house for like 2 weeks, her whole winter break. But she lied to her parents to really stay with me. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, she kind of bad. I was just like, man, I might as well just go ahead and just swindle her, cuff her. And that's what I did. She stayed with me for 2 weeks. And she proved something to me. You know what I'm saying? Because we did a lot in that 2 weeks. She stayed at my house. We was getting it in. You know what I'm saying? We was doing our thing. And then I was just like, shit, Bianca the real deal. So I was just like, F this girl, F that girl. I basically cut all the girls off. Cause I ain't want them no more. Cause Bianca, I was like, she bad, light skin, thick, beautiful eyes. She was about to stay at her real dad house for like 2 weeks, her whole winter break. But she lied to her parents to really stay with me.
During that 2 weeks is when I just kind of felt like he never really asked me out. It's just kind of like, how like when you just feel that you're in a relationship with somebody, it was kind of just like that.
I was just like, man, I might as well just go ahead and just swindle her, cuff her. And that's what I did. She proved something to me. I was just like, shit, Bianca the real deal.
Now my grandma, she lived about an hour away from Fort Wayne. Like when I initially got up, I felt really lightheaded and I didn't feel good. So I text my mom like, hey mom, I don't feel good. I'm getting lightheaded. My stomach hurts. She was like, are you pregnant? And I looked at myself and I'm just like, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'm pregnant. And she was like, Bianca, you better go get a test when you're down there. If not, you're taking a test when you come home. We rode our bikes to Dollar General. I got a pregnancy test and I came back home And I just stared at the test for the longest time. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to take it. I'm scared about the results. I was 17. I was in school, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready. And I remember my sister and my cousin, they stood outside of the door when I was in the bathroom taking the test. I took the first test and I waited. I didn't look at it. I just waited. And I looked at the test and there was a plus sign. And instantly I just started crying. I don't know if I just started crying because I was nervous, if I was happy. I really didn't have emotions at the time. I just my emotions were everywhere. And I yelled to my sister and my cousin. I was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. What am I gonna do? I'm in school, mom's gonna kill me. You know, I was just scared.
I got a phone call from Bianca. It was probably around I was on break. So it was around 11:30 a.m. I was on break. She was like, Damien. She didn't even call me. She didn't even text me. She called me. She's like, Damien. I said, what's wrong? She was at her grandma's house when she found out. She was like, I'm pregnant.
The first person I called was Damien. I called him and I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm pregnant. And he was like, oh my God, for real? I'm so excited. We're going to get through this. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm happy. I wanted this. I wanted to be, I wanted you to have my first child. And he was just going on about how happy he was.
But she was crying, but I feel like I was ready for a kid, But she was crying and stuff. I was like, it's going to be all right. You don't even need to cry. I said, I got you.
And then I text my mom. And when I text my mom, she didn't reply for the longest time. So I'm like, okay, why is she not replying? Is she mad at me? What's going on? And she texted me the worst message that any parent could text you. She said, I'm disappointed.
She was just like, I'm scared to tell my mom and this and that. I'm like, tell her. I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to support you. So
when I got back home, my mom was like, you're going to tell your dad you're pregnant. And I was like, no, Mom, I can't tell him. And so I told Damien, and Damien actually came over with me to tell my dad that, we was having a baby, and I didn't know how to break the news to him. I sat at the table and I just stared at him. I was like, it's something I gotta tell you. And he was like, what? And Damien knew that I couldn't tell my dad, so Damien stepped in for me, and he was like,